Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Geekcast, everything sci-fi, fantasy, and pop culture. I am Seven, and we've got Dayveonne, and we are with you for the next 30 minutes. Let's go.
Yeah.
So this is part 2 of our NYCC, New York Comic-Con talk. And then, of course, we're going to talk about some things that are coming out and our commentary on those things. So, Dayveonne, you were at New York Comic-Con.
So is you.
What was your recap? How would you say your experience was?
I would say it was, compared to last year, this one was more, I would say an 8. Last year was more like a 9 and a 10.
Okay. So it went down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So what was it about this year's that kind of brought it down a notch?
Well, they did focus on more the celebrities, which was a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, it could be a bad thing as well because you overshadowed a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Positives, there was a lot of freebies.
Okay.
Funko wasn't bad.
Okay.
I got only didn't get one thing because they sold out of it, and I wanted that so bad, which was the Megan Funko Pop.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't able to get that, but I was able to get others.
Okay.
I was able to get a lot of freebies.
Now, is this because you were connected with a company that had a table, or you just, in general, people got a lot of freebies? Because I heard the opposite, so that's interesting that you're saying that. Because past what you do, right? Is it that reason why you got the freebies?
No.
Okay.
Like, even if I did something, that's not. It was a lot of more freebies given out, but
all right.
It's just that you, like I tell people, you have to get there early.
Okay.
Funkos were okay. I was satisfied with the line.
Okay.
Even though you had a few obituary line jumpers.
Okay.
But then I had to set people in their place because I had to almost tell them off.
So overall, like, what were the, like, if you just, like, really quickly, what's the overall
the panels
pluses and minuses? Yeah.
All right. The minuses was, I wouldn't fault New York Comic Con on this. I fault the fans, the people that attended, because at the Sony panel, people were going berserk with the guy that with the Sony panel at the end because they had the cast from Venom there, and it felt like people were just like Tom Hardy or cast sign.
So there wasn't enough crowd control, in your opinion.
Correct.
Okay, so I'm just trying to do it quick. We only got a short amount of time, but so you would say that the too much focus on celebrities and lack of crowd control were your things that you think that brought it down this year.
Correct.
Was there anything else on that list that brought it down?
I did notice that they. I'm not going to say this one. I'm just going to let that go. But other than that, everything was good. Oh, the lack of in like the Javis City, we used to have Javis parties at the end, like a Friday or Saturday. That was missed. Like, we wanted that back because that was fun. Having the actual parties inside the Javis was fun, and that wasn't there. Which,
do you think it's because you have all these offshoot promoting companies on the bandwagon of doing after parties, and of the last 5 years, it's grown. Where they're like, well, what's the point of having one? Because all these people are gonna do their own thing after? You think that's why
Well,
they did it?
no, but see, the thing about it is, if they collab with those other venues or those other people, the promoters,
Mm-hmm.
they could have had a party because they had that big venue upstairs where they had the parties at.
Honestly, they really should. I mean, we already paid tickets and already done that stuff. If they have a banging party, there's no need to go to these other
Yeah,
little things. You know what I mean? And you figured you're already there, right? And you're already.
right.
I would prefer that actually. I would prefer that. That actually would be amazing.
Like that's how it was last year. Last
Okay.
year they had parties like Wednesday, I mean Thursday, Friday,
Hmm.
and they were like the parties were jumping, the drinks was on point. It was all sponsored by production companies and stuff like that, like
Right.
Funko,
Right.
Paramount.
Wow, that's
You
great.
know, that was last year, but this year it was like, oh, only selected people could get in.
Right.
Like it was the same thing as last year, but it was like, okay, if they have room, and
No,
if you have room,
now this is the independent companies that were really picky, or New York Comic Con itself, like pop
independent,
independent.
independent.
Yeah, I like the fact what you just said, and I think that's great. We're throwing it out there in the whole universe, is because knowing that one, you're already there, especially if you're working, you don't really get a chance to network and to communicate with people, and then knowing it's an official place, it's a safe place. You know what I mean? Like you're not looking for some random hole in the wall, and hopefully security is great. I think that would be an
Yeah,
amazing thing to for them to bring that back. So if you're watching, you know, past that, um, they kind of rearrange things, especially for press, as far as where you can enter and how you can get in and when you get it. I thought that was a little weird. Past that, things were fine. The people working were great, super respectful and kind.
yeah,
So props to them for who they had working. The next thing would be the cosplay was pretty safe.
mm-hmm.
Pretty safe. I didn't hear any like groping, touching, anything bad, so that was really good. Um, that's about it. I mean, it wasn't. I mean, there wasn't nothing exciting. I guess if you had a specific star you wanted to check out or get their autograph, but besides that, it was pretty. It was a basic year.
Right.
It
It
wasn't
was, it wasn't.
exciting, right?
Yeah, like I was happy for like certain things, but then there was certain things I felt as though you could have improved. You could have done like you could have had the after parties because
Mm-hmm.
that's what was the fun part about being at the Javits Center. Like
Hmm.
I could have had after parties and y'all could have had it extended until like okay 12 o'clock we shut down
But
or
let's give them props though to really push this home, especially if any parents are watching this or kids are like, "Hey, I want to go." Everyone was safe. They really handled security and safety really, really well. And I think that having to deal with thousands of people of all ages, I gotta give
yeah
them props for that. That was a good job. In fact, I might give them some fire on that one
all right
because that's not an easy thing to do with that many people.
right now the after parties.
Hmm.
I wasn't able to go to the Universal one that was at Hard Rock, which I was trying to go,
Hmm.
but I went to something better,
Hmm.
which was
And you
V.
have to, you know what? Unless they giving tickets free to us, we don't need to plug their name. But you could say, I'm doing
Oh,
that this year, going into 2025. Oh yeah, like you better hook us up. But go ahead.
oh, yeah. VV's after party was popping.
Okay.
It was fun. They have everything. It was like the drinks were on point. You
Hmm.
know, you may have one person that was like, I would say a bartendress, like a waitress or a bartender. That was a little attitude-ish, but I ain't paying no mind to it because I was able to hang out with the guy that did the Batman night God, I keep getting tongue tied. Um, oh God, the original Batman movie.
It's okay. Okay.
Yeah,
But
I
you're
was able.
not.
Yeah, so I said the original Batman movie, not
It's okay. It's okay.
I
You hung
know.
out with a celebrity. That's great. What else?
I was able to hang out with him. He gave me mad information. He loved the cosplay I rocked. I was rocking the red hood.
Of course.
So on that day, Thursday, was it Thursday or Friday?
It's
It was.
okay. The
It was Thursday.
audience doesn't know. It's okay. It's okay. But you had
I
a
don't
good
care.
time.
I want to give that information.
But we
It
don't
was
care.
fun.
It's okay.
I know you don't care. He don't care because he wasn't invited. But anyway,
I had things to do.
but
I didn't try to go to any of the parties.
what else? Sonic Boombox Party.
No, stop. I'll just bleep it out. Don't be
I
shouting
care.
out
I
no
was
group.
there. I
It
was
doesn't
invited.
matter. I don't know. Until they do right by us and give us free tickets, I'm not promoting nobody. Next topic. Don't even want to hear it. Not doing it. Not
Okay.
2025, they gotta do better. They gotta do better.
All right, so
Yeah.
Michael said they gotta
Let's
do
go.
better.
Let's go. Yep.
But I made some networks. I made some connects. I made connects with Box Lunch.
Okay.
I had sent them my information. We will talk. We're probably going to be talking soon. Box Lunch. They are like.
Okay, keep going. What's next?
I
No
made a
free
lot of
shout outs. If you're not
I'm
doing
free
right by
shout
us,
outs. Fuck you.
I'll
I'm
mute it
shouting.
all. I will.
I don't care.
Good. You could not care.
The X-Men 97 cast.
Nice.
I was able to hang out with or network with G, who is the voice of Sunspot.
Okay.
And I was able to also hang out with the voice actor of that voices Bishop.
Okay.
It was a great experience hanging around these guys. They were amazing. Who else? I was able to meet Phil Lamar. Phil Lamar is awesome. Who else I was able to talk to? I was able to talk to John Boyega.
Okay.
I would say he was not standoffish, but he was more, to himself a little bit. Gary V.
Now, John Boyega was at which event?
Huh?
That's
Gary
a name
V.
people would be interested in. He was at which event?
No, he had a booth called V Friends.
What's that about?
That is a YouTube show that focuses on like his own animation and everything.
Oh, okay.
Amazing guy, down to earth, awesome dude. He was able to sign everybody's autograph Funko Pop of the Jackal, whatever the character name is.
Mm-hmm.
He was able to autograph it because Funko had it. They made some deal, but he was down to earth, amazing guy. Even the president of Funko was there, down to earth. To the premiere for event Last Dance.
And he froze.
No, and you froze. I met the president of Sony.
Okay.
You hear me?
Yep.
And she made me allow me to do a review on the movie. Gave it nothing but positive review. It was a really good send off.
What movie was it?
Venom, The Last Dance.
Okay. Now, did you just say stuff? Did you give a real review, or were you just trying to
I
kiss
gave
ass?
a real review.
He was just brown nose.
I'm going to yell at you.
I'm just keeping it real. That's what we do here. You.
I know here. Now, the guy that voiced Bishop is Isaac Robertson Smith. Awesome guy. Hung out with him. Also, I hung out with Top Pop.
Okay.
Giving you a shout out, Top Pop.
I'm gonna mute it all. It's okay.
I don't give a darn. You can mute whatever you want. But guess what? At least the attempt was there.
No, I'll let it slip this time. But after the show, 100%.
Oh yeah, you could.
I'm not playing these reindeer games. And you didn't invite me to none of these things. Not like I wanted to go, but it would have nice to get an invite. You was like, oh, I'm going to stuff. You didn't say, hey, come on, I'm going to something.
It was last minute, and I got invited.
Oh well, you could. There's technology.
I will.
You see how it is, folks? I'm just. It is what it is. 2025.
I'm not that cold.
2025.
I tell people that hang out with me.
2025.
Yo, you gotta follow my lead.
2025. That's all I'm saying.
But you gotta follow my lead. 2025.
Leaders don't follow. Get that straight. But
okay.
you could have invited me. It's okay.
But you left.
You could have still say, hey, this is what I'm doing. Don't leave.
You see how he complaining, but he left. He left.
There was no reason for me to stay. Anyway, let's move on for those that don't care about all that. Henry Cavill joins Voltron. I'm super excited about this live action movie. We've been talking about this for years. Will they do a live action Voltron? We have the technology, and now they're finally moving forward to do that. And having Henry is casted on that's huge. I could totally see him being the Blue Lion. He's very much that, the chiseled chin and the. Are you excited? Are you a Voltron fan? Let's start there. Are you a Voltron fan?
I watched it throughout my childhood, but it feels though my Voltron has went at the bottom, but not bad bottom, but more mediocre bottom.
I'm thinking they're hoping this will bring to life new energy to Voltron, because I think like if this came out 10 years ago, it would have been huge. If it came out even 5 years ago, it would have been huge. Now it's kind of like, So I agree with you. I feel you on that. It's kind of like the energy it's not one of those properties where the energy stays high. It just kind of off your childhood,
It's not like Pokemon. It's not like Dragon Ball Z. It's not like Power Rangers. It's not like I'm throwing shots because,
that's deep. Because a lot of those wouldn't exist without Voltron.
And but
which is interesting.
It's like with Voltron, it didn't have it needed to have a more elevated level of consistency and promotion, and also series. Like Power Rangers had a continuous series where they had thrown different Power Rangers out. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, same thing. They throw different series, different parallel universes. Voltron just stayed one show and that was it. Transformers continued on. So, and I'm not saying
to the point you hate it. To be honest with you, like it's like almost like stop. Enough. Like we get it. But I don't know. By the way, sidebar. Did you see the new Transformers movie?
Yeah.
How was it?
Rise of the Beast?
No, the new one.
Oh, Transformers 1. I wasn't able to see it, but I heard mixed reviews.
Right. And I think it all based, I don't know if it's like just a script thing, but it all based on fan and the history. Like the whole point is that they became cars to hide on Earth. They became planes and trains to hide on Earth. So now when you start, they did these things other places, and they've been doing that for a while, playing with it, but now it's annoying because this is not what we grew up with. If you grew up with it as a kid, as a cartoon, the more you go away from that, it's like, But I guess the fans are really 6 years old now. Maybe that's what that movie was really for, little children. Anyway.
But also, what I think is, the problem was, it was just the fact that you have a new voice and everybody didn't like it because of the voice actor.
Mm.
They wanted, what's his name? The original voice actor.
For Optimus Prime, right?
Yeah.
He's the one thing that holds it together, no matter how stupid, even though not the one you just mentioned, but the movie before that was actually not that bad. There were parts of it that were like, but for the most part, it wasn't that bad. It's actually one of the best ones since, what's the guy from Boston's name? Mark Wahlberg. Like, his Transformer movie weren't that good. That was the best one coming out of that. But, yeah, I mean, that's the one thing that holds it together is just hearing Autobots, with that voice,
Autobots.
But when you take that away, it's like, all right, well, then nothing is holding it together. There's no glue. You just created a whole new lore, which kind of sucks.
Like a prequel lore, and it's like, okay. Right. But then you add Chris Hemsworth in the film, as the voice actor, which I have no problem with, but I think the audience had a problem with it because it wasn't the original voice actor that was doing it, or someone close to the original voice actor.
Right.
That knew how to change the voice. It had nothing to do with the cast. The cast, I think it was more Chris Hemsworth's interpretation of Optimus Prime.
Right. So, here's a movie we've seen. I think they've been doing this since the 70s. And then it became a huge hit again, I think, the 90s? The whole Freaky Friday thing? Changing bodies out. It's not a new concept, it's an old concept. But
it's not a new concept.
But the Freaky Friday series, and then we've seen other short offshoots of that on, like, Netflix and HBO, whatever. But they are doing another. This one's called Freakier Friday.
Oh, is this supposed to be a sequel to Freaky Friday?
Yeah, Freakier Friday, coming in August 2025. I don't have much to say about that.
Who's the cast in it?
The original.
So, oh God, what's the redheaded girl name?
That's the one.
I know.
And Jamie
Lee Curtis.
Yep.
But someone else is going to take the lead this time, which is another, because this is...
No, it's the same... Well, the way they put it, at least the pre-poster
she has the
to it.
daughter.
It's the same daughter, the redhead girl. What's her name?
Yeah.
She's famous.
But the redhead girl has the daughter.
That's what you heard as far as story-wise?
I thought it would, because that's the only way you would do our Freakier Friday.
That's a good guess, but they didn't show that in any of the stuff. Lindsay Lohan.
Lindsay.
So far, it's just. Let's see if I could put this. If it will, just those two. Again, so we'll see. Not invested, and I wonder, it could be a lot of these movies are going straight to a streaming platform.
Yeah.
So that could be it, and then that makes sense. It's just a money grab and throw it on a streaming thing, and it doesn't matter if it does really well. And we've seen Beverly Hills Cop, we've seen Coming to America.
I will say this: Beverly Hills Axel Foley wasn't bad. I like that. That was
that wasn't bad.
When Coming to America 2 was a slap in the face.
Yeah. Sorry, Eddie. I love you. Those are the first movies I thought of. Eddie, if you watch this, I love you, but man, brother.
We love you, but Coming to America 2 was a slap in the face to everybody.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It was a slap in the face. It was horrible.
It
felt like a cash grab with cameos.
Right. And there's tons of them. But that's just the first thing that came to mind because it hurt so much. It hurts so much.
But Beverly Hills Cop, Axel Foley was good. I'll give you props.
And Ghostbusters, let that rock for another 20 years and then come back to it. Just no more. Just stop.
Well,
It's painful.
no, wait, no. I think the latest one was unnecessary a little bit.
Largely. And the
I
one with
will
all
get-
the women was also.
No, that was horrible. That was horrible. But we shall not speak of that because that doesn't exist.
Gotcha.
But I will say this: yeah, do another Ghostbusters. But let it marinate. Let it be good. I want the extreme Ghostbusters so bad. They should do an extreme Ghostbusters movie.
Now, when you say that, you mean a darker one. That's what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Another, The Big Bang Theory. They're doing a couple, like 3, well, they're doing a spin-off. But allegedly they're doing more than one spin-off. Another, I've seen some of the show. I never got why people are so excited about it.
No, it's a good show. I like the first show. The first Big Bang Theory,
The first season?
not the first season, just the season in general. Like the show in general
Yep.
is really good. Like,
Okay.
just think about it. Like, only issue I had is they should have had a black character in it. I'm sorry. I have to be openly black on this one. Because you had an Indian, you had a Jewish guy, you had a Caucasian guy. You ain't have an Asian guy, you ain't have a black guy.
And
it's
I
like-
don't have to go any further. I didn't watch the show.
It feel like natural. Like, you got black geeks, you got black nerds, and you got Asian geeks, and you got Asian nerds. Like, you could have added that mixed to it. I guess the Middle Eastern guy is supposed to be the Asian character, but you should have had a black character.
Well, for not to a whole thing on definition or not, I mean, their whole concept was let's do a show with a bunch of nerds. It's like Revenge of the Nerds, but not. And the writers, whoever, obviously in their realm, we don't exist. So I don't mind. See, this is the thing. I don't mind when people do all that. Listen, you tell your story how you want to tell it.
Yeah, you're
I'm
right.
just not going to support it. I'm not going to watch it. So, and I'll leave it right there. That's why
That's Michael. I'm more the producer guy. Like, I like giving ideas. I like throwing stuff out there. But you just remember, I'm the one that thought of it first.
Okay.
And you can't say, because the show, it's online. And it will haunt you and follow you for the rest of your life.
What are you talking
Any
about?
of you.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I'm talking to film producers, show pictures, and production companies. Not you, Michael.
Okay. I'm confused.
No, it's nothing of you.
Okay. Are we seeing Mufasa? Are people excited about this movie?
It depends. It depends. It depends. I would like to see the origin story, but the other issue is it's not going to be the same without James Earl Jones.
Well, did you hear anything about the orange? We might not have time. Keep looking at the time clock. Yeah. So we're going to end right here, but we're going to do a part 3 to this conversation. So no more New York Comic Con talk, but we're gonna stop it. See you next week, and we're gonna start right back.